Questions about Spider-Verse? Transformers? What we think about it for real, for real? Yeah. All this episode 29, Geeks at the Nerds Table. GNT back at you one more time for your viewing and listening pleasures. I'm your boy. I'm Larry. I'm on deck with my regular guys, usually on the 1s and 2s, 5s and 4s. My guys, Geeks at the Nerds Table, back at you. George, introduce yourself, man.
Jorge here, ready to talk some nerdy stuff. Let's get it, better. Let's get it, fellas. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm tired. Let's do it.
Do it. Yes. All right, Sammy, go ahead. Samsung in the building.
I'm like, yo, we got a new person I didn't know about named Sam.
Sammy.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Hi, I'm not hosting. I'm so happy, but hi.
Props anyway, because you killed that episode, brother. I don't care what anybody says.
Dude, knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, thinking about it's making my anxiety go up, but it's okay.
There was a Microsoft thing today. You want to do that one next time?
No, never.
Hell no.
No.
And last but not least, go ahead, Obi.
Hello there.
I was waiting. Obi Mike Kenobi.
Woo!
No.
Practices that. I feel like he goes.
That just rolled off the tongue. I've been watching the movie for like 15 years. 20 years? How old's that movie now? 2003.
It's old
20
enough.
years?
20 years, dude.
You
That's
know,
20 years old.
You know he's watched it enough times because his fingers do the. Oh.
Can't do it with this hand though. Not as good.
No, mine is nowhere. It's like, hello.
It becomes from geeky with Mike to like just creepy with you, George.
Hello.
No.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah. Oh God. So look, we have a lot on the docket for y'all guys today. We're not going to try to make this an extremely long episode. We say that every time though.
Can't
But
stop talking. It's a
yeah.
Dude, we've been
But
talking for like an hour already.
behind the scenes. But we have a number of things on the docket. We want to talk some Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. We want to talk a little bit about Transformers and what our thoughts were about the movie. We're so happy we got a chance to see it so early so we can really marinate on what we saw. We want to definitely talk to y'all guys about the Final Fantasy trailer that just came out, the Final Fantasy 7 trailer. And we have a new segment on the docket that we're going to introduce later in the episode. So, guys, as always, sit down, relax, grab that chair, pull that thing up to the table. We have a good conversation to have today. All right, boys, are we set and ready?
Nowhere like a poet.
All
Yo,
right.
Can I just add one thing before we start? Can we throw it out to Jose real quick?
Oh, man, of course.
At Baby Girl Comics, because he is awesome, inviting us to all these early premieres. The dude runs a great shop. He knows his stuff. Jose, if you're listening, thank you, dude. Thank you.
Just remember
Well, he's going to definitely get that. He's going to get that because I'm going to send that to him personally if it comes down to it. But
Hey, Larry.
yeah, yo, thank you so much, man.
Hey, Larry.
Yes, sir.
Remember me.
Yeah.
Inside joke.
Yeah. Every time we there's a new movie coming out, that's the song that we kind of sing to Jose. Remember me.
When we want to go, it's just remember me, even though I say goodbye.
Even though
Just
we have to
remember.
go, remember me. Jose looked at us like, what?
Drugs are bad, guys.
But Jose, seriously, thank you so much for your generosity and just thinking about the G&T crew. We really appreciate you, man. And trust me, humbly, we just want to thank you. We definitely appreciate it. Yeah, through Jose, guys, That's how we was able to see the Flash like 3 weeks before it came out. That's how we was able to see Transformers a week before it came out. And I think we just happened to miss the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse, we saw that one on opening night. But chances are he probably saw it like 2 weeks beforehand, and we just missed it with him.
The dude already saw Flash twice already.
Yeah. How about it? How about it? And like we're like, Flash! He's like, oh yeah, it's my second time saying it.
Nonchalant about it and everything. We're all just like, yeah, even though I wasn't. Yeah, but whatever.
That's a different conversation for a whole other day. But let's start off this episode with a little segment we want to go ahead and start called Spidey Questions with Mike.
Oh
Now,
boy.
Oh boy.
why Mike? Why Spidey Questions with Mike?
Because Mike did not see this movie, and he doesn't mind being spoiled.
So with that, Kev, get comfortable.
Okay.
Flex the brain because we're going to have to recite and remember. Because remember, this is Mike asking the questions here.
I know.
Okay. This is like 50 years of comic book knowledge that's about to like smack us, and he's nowhere near 50. So
Spider-Man's not exactly high on my list, but Miles Morales is pretty high on my list.
that makes it even worse, Mike. So thank you for that. Okay, so
He's
Mike,
about to ask us how the track was and who sang who.
and that's not going to happen.
No, just right off the bat, did they make the Spot cool?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Yes, they
like
did.
always been like. So there's like villains that are called like Morts, and they're like lame villains. You got like Stiltman, you got the Spot, you got all kinds of like goofy villains, and like the Spot's always been silly. But did they do him justice? Can they do him justice?
They
Oh,
actually
they did him
can.
justice, all right. Yes, they did.
Yeah, he was. I can honestly say by the end, you actually saw he was maybe menacing is not really the word, but extremely threatening.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they dove into his character a little bit more than what we normally saw, like in comics. So, like, he started off being that stupid, silly little character.
Mhm.
You know, it's just like, oh yeah, it's gonna be an in and out type thing, and he's done. But then it's like consequences happening because of him.
He's the reason. He's part of this whole thing. Like, he's in the middle of this.
Okay.
And it's all about him. Like as he grows, it becomes more of a danger.
Gotcha.
And he grows in the movie.
Yes.
Okay. How was Spider-Man 2099? Is he more of a antagonist, or is he like? Do they have like two villains where it's the Spot and Spider-Man 2099, or does he? I don't know. Like, is he like the hero of his own story?
Yeah, he's kind of like a prick, but they didn't make him out as a villain. They forget what character I'm blanking on, but he, in his mindset, he thinks he's doing the right thing.
Gotcha.
His actions and what he does, it's blanking him from the big picture.
Right. But he's so stuck into his way of looking at things that it's outshining what the real purpose of being a Spider-Man really is.
Okay.
But he's so onto his purpose and making sure that they said the world that he knows doesn't fall apart. You know, like the whole universe, make sure the whole universe don't fall apart because of why Miles is even here. And I'm trying my best not to put out like really spoiler to ruin it for you. But
Yeah.
it's, you know, there's a reason why Miles Morales is Spider-Man of that universe. And they say it in such a way that's like, wow, that I guess he really wasn't supposed to.
They told us, but it was foreshadowed in the first movie. It passed through my mind because I rewatched the first one after watching the second one, and there was so much foreshadowing for the up and coming movies of how Miles became Spider-Man and everything that's going to happen. It's crazy.
So yeah, so he was a villain in his own way, but like I said, every really good villain in his own way think he's a hero in his own story.
Gotcha.
He's trying to be that hero in the story.
I got 2 questions outside of spoilers here. Better directing team, Lord and Miller or the Russo brothers?
Ooh.
Wow, I've never seen you guys so stumped in my life.
Yeah.
Like, what as a combination of like the Avengers films and these 2 Spider-Man movies, like what gave you more feels?
Wow.
Like,
When it
I don't know. I
comes
look
to
at
the
I look at
feels?
I look at the I look at Lord and Miller as like they have more constraint because theoretically they're only working with one character.
Right.
But then again, like the Russos, they're working around other characters. But just a thought.
Well, I guess my answer would be the Russos.
Okay.
Even though it's it's different in its own way. I have to look at it. If you look at it from the point of view of what the Russos have to do with Captain America, just first, just like what they do with Winter Soldier, and how they brung and pulled those characters forward a whole lot more than what we ever thought that how it would be. The Russo brothers, man, they're incredible, and then be able to bring in everybody and Infinity War and take on that gauntlet of a movie and still knock it out of the park. Russo brothers is just those guys. Now, Into the Spider-Verse was great, and you still had to pull a lot of those type of characters out, but the shine wasn't there like the Russos would have done it.
Gotcha.
Hopefully that makes sense.
It does a little bit.
Do you agree with me, Kev?
Yeah, I do. The Russos just did what I can't even think of the right word for it. They just did Infinity War, Winter Soldier, all the movies that they've done. They just did it the right way, and they got you into the. They gave us a Captain America movie after the first one that not a lot of people like, but I don't understand why. I think it's an underrated comic book film.
The first Captain America?
Yes.
The Joe Johnston one? That dude made Rocketeer. It's great.
Listen, I agree. And I say it's an underrated movie. But they took Captain America and the Winter Soldier. And we talked about it in the anniversary podcast with Jose. Winter Soldier could arguably be the greatest comic book movie of all time.
Okay. Maybe it's an unfair question. I'm looking at it as in 2 movies, the Russo brothers have done things that have never been done, and they're able to weave a multiverse that is understandable and not shoehorned, which is what I'm kind of looking forward to seeing when I eventually see it.
But then again, if you look at the others for Spider-Verse, they're doing something that's not technically in comic book. I mean, it is in comic books.
Oh wait,
but
did I say Russo brothers? Wait, I meant to say Lord and Miller. I'm sorry. I meant to say Lord and Miller. Or
I actually
like,
understood what you meant, though.
Yeah. No, that's what I meant. Sorry.
The thing with the Russo brothers is they're following what Kevin Feige's vision is,
and
they're basing off of comic books and everything. But it's such a hard thing to say because both of them did amazing jobs, and those movies that all of them did can arguably be the greatest comic book film of all time. Any one of those movies that they did.
Definitely in the contention. Okay, last spoiler-free question. Maybe a little spoiler. Did they top Hello Danger?
No.
Really? Okay.
No.
Can it be topped?
I don't think so. At least not right now. They tried. I think they tried. It definitely was an effort. But like just the feel of Hello Danger, especially the orchestra version of that song, and how Oh my God, I'm getting like the little chill bumps on my head now thinking about it. When he jumps off the building on the certain part of the song, you can't stop me now, and you just oh my God, yeah. Nah, they said they try to get that with this one, but it's definitely not there. They may be surpassing it with the last part of the trilogy, which would make sense for me, because at the end of the day, this movie is very Empire Strikes Backish.
Okay.
Wise.
Okay, that's saying a lot.
I will say the soundtrack is better than the first one, but I don't know those music can top "What's Up Danger" from the first one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the top songs on that and that very first one, like the other soundtrack may be like the newer soundtrack may be better, quotations, but how the songs from the first movie attach themselves to the characters so much better. I mean, it's almost a perfect thing. It was great.
Gotcha. So. Okay. Maybe spoilers questions. You see any cameos you weren't expecting? Can we talk about that? Do we want to talk about that?
A lot.
Really?
A lot. There was one. There was one. I think Larry, you and I are thinking the same thing. There was one cameo that we're like, oh, okay.
Get.
Okay. So they showed Donald Glover from the MCU as Prowler.
No way.
Like, now, mind you, they didn't show like the animated version of him.
It was live action. It was
a live action version of him.
What did they throw into like live action? Whoa.
Family, they was talking about Toby Maguire. Jesus.
Yeah, no, they were that's different. But they brought in like MCU Prowler.
Yeah. Or is it MCU Prowler? We don't know yet.
Or it's just another universe Prowler.
It could be another universe Prowler, but it's still Danny Glover.
It was Donald Glover just sitting there in his cell, and he looks at Miles. He's like, "It's not polite to stare."
Oh,
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of you know what was the kind of answer question. The most surprising character was Punk Spidey. He was amazing.
Was he? Especially he's only like 5 years old. Like he's still a relatively new character.
Yeah, and they really made him shine in this movie. I was really surprised. I was really surprised. And
his animation took what 3 years to get right.
Wow, really?
They really put a lot of time and effort into Spider-Punk.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense to why his character got the shine that it needed. But it was one of those things. Like he's one of those characters. And correct me if I'm wrong, Kev, but he's one of those characters when you look at him, you forget exactly how intelligent he is.
Yeah.
Like when you look at him, you like no, he's still a Parker. He's still Peter Parker. And like he's intelligent because that's what they are. When you look at him, you don't think that. And then he does something and you go like, holy crap, that's right. He's intelligent, extremely intelligent. And it was a good range. Like that was good. That was probably like one of the best surprises
he just makes that one little impact that just made a huge impact in the movie.
Exactly. He literally made the impossible possible with something.
Yes.
Oh man.
And I love how all the Spider-Man had different animations as well.
And it was like thousands of them, dude.
I'm talking about the main ones that we see, like the Miles and the Spider-Punks and the other ones that you're gonna
now word on the street is it was more of a Miles movie instead of like a team-based. Seemed like Miles was more the main character of this, more of the Miles journey.
I would say it was a Gwen and Miles story. Most kind of more of Gwen towards the beginning, but then they got back with Miles towards like the middle, towards the end. I would say it's both of their movies.
because they had to kind of fill up the gap of why she was doing what she was doing at the time that we saw her, and like what was the reasoning why she connected with Miles so easily. Like what trauma she had kind of matched the trauma that he has, and how they kind of mesh together that way.
All right. I don't know if this is too spoilery. Does Madam Web show up? All right, good.
No, I didn't see her.
I don't remember seeing her either. No.
Okay.
No.
I'll save my last question.
More, Mike.
George,
more,
you
Mike.
got anything?
No, I just gotta go see this movie, guys. Like I'm trying to because I know you're tiptoeing around some things, and I'm like, yes.
and look,
George, earmuffs.
I got these big old headphones. What do you want me to put on top? But yeah,
I just don't want to ruin the opportunity of you seeing and enjoying it in this entirety.
I mean, listen, look, you're fine. I'm gonna see it regardless of if anything slips out anyway. I mean, we're talking about Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm trying not to find out like Miles' story, because again, like I hold Miles in a much higher regard than Parker. Much. I hold Miles even like above. I'd say he's maybe top 15, top 10 for me.
Wow.
I just think he's a cool character. What he did when he came out in Ultimate Fallout was amazing. The way he impacted things. All right. Last two questions, and this one's tough. Enter the Spider. This movie or the Spider-Man No Way Home.
Go ahead, Kev.
Actually, not that hard for me, but go ahead, Kev.
Apparently, it's hard for Kev.
Yeah.
Kev,
Go ahead, Larry.
Okay, so I would say No Way Home because there's a conclusion to that can lead to something else.
That's part of my next question.
Yeah, this one here kind of leaves you on a cliffhanger on purpose, so it can lead you into the third. Okay, I'm trying to be nice, man. Okay,
there's another one coming out anyway, so I mean,
right.
Literally,
but you know what? They're not putting that in like any of like the marketing. They're marketing it as like its own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's coming out in March. It's less than a year.
Yeah,
it's like 8 months away, man. Which
is
fine.
Yeah, I would say for me it's No Way Home too.
Okay.
It was No Way Home for me.
I'm gonna ask that question again come March.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I will say this: what they're leading to is like it felt like Gwen reached the peak of her arc. So it's like now she's there, like she's winning, like she's like all of her problems have been solved and fixed in her own. No more mental psyche stuff. She's on. Miles is going through what he's going through. He's going to need his help right now in order for him to complete what he needs to complete, especially in the situation that he's in. But because of it, you have one group of people that's after him. You have another group of people that's there to help him, and the team that Gwen put together to help him. Oh my God, I cannot wait. And I'm not telling anything else about that part.
All right, George, between me and you, before we have our next episode, we're going to have to say it. That way we can dive in maybe.
Hands down, like I got to go.
Yeah.
If I go by myself, I'm not afraid. I'll do it.
You can share all the popcorn to yourself.
Listen, I would do that regardless if I went with you anyway.
All right, last question. So it leaves on a cliffhanger. There's two types of cliffhangers. There's the ones that leave you wanting more badly, or there's ones that leave you like, oh, that was complete, but what happens next? Like you got your Empire Strikes Back endings, or you got like your Dark Knight cliffhangers. Like,
okay, this one had you like, why is this movie taking so long to come back out?
Ooh,
okay.
Like, does it just abruptly stop, or is it like?
No, they
Okay.
ended it. They ended it, but you're like you just want more. It's not. I mean, I guess you could say is it like Infinity War-ish, or you think Infinity War was more like, oh my god?
No,
No, Infinity War was like a no pun intended. Like,
Yeah.
that just stop. But then there's like the Dark Knight ending where you're like, okay, this is obviously the middle, but okay, I can live with this.
Yeah, it's one of those things like it's still like, okay, I can live with this, but man, when is this next one coming out?
Yeah.
But it was the way it ended was like wow. Okay, no, okay, I'm not gonna kill this. When you felt like it was over, or when you felt like a situation was over, he managed to do what he wanted to do, what he managed to get back. He managed to get back the way he wanted to. And when you find out that got kind of turned around too, and something else happened, and that got turned around too, and then like, holy crap, that happened, and that got turned around too, and it's just like, crap happened, new team, going to save them, off.
Gotcha.
How'd I do with that, Kev?
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Okay, yeah, and I still don't think I spoiled
Okay,
anything
so
either,
it seems like they tied up just about all the loose ends it needed to for a movie, but it left you with maybe the main question.
Yes.
Yeah, by opening up a couple more strings too.
All right, I'm like beating my way around this the best I can.
Yes, you can.
Great job, Mike. You're doing great.
A for effort, but yeah. Now, like, if you ask any more deep questions, it's definitely going to be spoilerish, and we don't want to do that.
Nah.
That was
all right.
spoilery enough. All right.
Well, then next time we'll have to dive into spoilers a little more. We'll give it another week or two to be out, and
now I will say this, and I said this before we started shooting, that like I have something to say about this movie. I will say to the people who think this is a 10 out of 10 perfect movie, that's fine. That's your opinion, whatever. To me, this wasn't perfect. It was a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
I still think the first one was still better.
I agree. It felt the less crowdedness of the first one, even though it felt extremely busy the first time we watched it. But the busyness of the second one felt a little crowded at times. At least to me it did. And the simplification of the first one shines strong because the character arc is really strong. No, the building was really strong. So the first one, in my opinion, was great. But in the same token, Empire Strikes Back, to a lot of people, is probably one of the best ones. But when that movie first came out and they didn't have Return of the Jedi, it wasn't everybody's first one. It wasn't everybody's best one. You know what I mean? So we're right in that realm of, okay, we're going to see how the next one, how it ends it, to really balance off how good the second one is.
Gotcha.
All right.
I'll leave it at that.
Spidey Talk. That was Spidey Talk with Mike and all his millions of questions.
No, they were good questions, though.
They were great questions.
I honestly thought he was going to ask one question and be like really have to go deep into the brain to remember this or something. No, it was all pretty good. I was a little nervous, but it's good.
So, in other words, Mike, to be continued at Baby Gorillas when we have our episode over there. So
we'll talk about a bunch of multiverse stuff over there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're gonna go from one movie to the next one. Autobots. Assemble.
Roll out.
I know. I didn't want to.
Bro. Disrespectful. I'm out.
No, you are not, sir. Okay. No, you are not. Okay. So the other day, on Tuesday, me, Kev, and a couple more people, especially with Jose from Baby Gorilla, went out to go see Transformers. The movie, was it Enter the Beast Wars, something?
Rise of the Beasts.
That's it. Yeah, it has something to do with Beast and stuff. Hey, there it is, Kev.
The Beast Wars.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's what I mean to. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. There you go. Hold it again. Boom. There you go. Boom.
Larry
Rise
redeemed
of the
himself
Beast.
from the Spider-Verse because we went to Spider-Man. Me and Frank got there first. We waited for Larry, and they were giving out posters. And once Larry finally showed up, they were out of them.
Wah.
You. Here's the sucky thing. Why are you putting that on me though?
Because in order for us to get, we had to go into the theater, and that's when we.
It wasn't like I got there and the movie was already started. It's like, no, it was a whole bunch of stupid people grabbing like 20 posters at one time, and then they ran out.
Yeah, there was like a group of like 2 or 3 people, and they had like 6 posters in their hand.
And that's my fault.
Listen,
A
I
little
would have
bit.
treated that like Black Friday shopping and said, "Move."
That's
Oh
mine.
no! You tripped. Oh, sorry, my foot was there. I'm sorry. I don't know how.
That's why you wear boots to movie premieres.
Now
Yeah,
we
with
know.
the ones with the spikes on the bottom.
Yeah.
I think Kev said they didn't have them in his eyes.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I will continue my Mike questions here. So Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Good time, good movie, or
I will
No.
say this. I forgot to say it for Spider-Man. No post-credit scene.
yes?
So once the credits roll, you can leave.
Hey, Kev, guess what? We're talking about Transformers now.
And going into Transformers, there's no post-credit scene. There's a mid-credit scene. Anything else, George?
You had to bring that one out though. Okay.
Well, I don't want them to be, sitting in the theater waiting for a post-credit scene that's not there.
I'll stay anyway so I can intake all of the
Whatever.
knowledge I just got,
Whatever.
okay?
Whatever.
Okay? We have a
Yeah.
ritual now. You,
you-
stay
you-
till the end.
You stay over there.
Regardless.
It's okay. It's okay. You stay over there.
All right, let's bring this train back in. Let's bring this train back in. So
Says Mike.
you can-
Right. Learning.
So does the Rise of the Beast? I was a huge Beast Wars fan. Does it live up to like the Beast Wars cartoon animated series?
No,
No. Okay.
it didn't. But in my humble opinion, they made them very respectable. God, Primal was amazing, man.
Ron Perlman.
Like
Like who are you gonna put with like Peter Cullen and flipping Ron Perlman?
and you felt it. Like it was good. Like it was good. Like they did them justice. The
Good.
only thing that I wish that they didn't just kind of like throw to the side was Cheetor and the Rhino guy.
Rhino?
That's it. They didn't give them no like talking shine at all.
That's the problem. Like you get these movies that are based on these big things. Star Wars does that a lot, where they get like these awesome side characters and they're just like, hi, and that's it. Does Rhinox get his like big like chain gun, Gatling gun things? I hope he does. Does he? No.
I didn't see any gun.
I
Doesn't
don't
he know?
remember.
Okay.
I do not remember. I'll tell you this, and it's funny because we all know how bad a Bumblebee is in the movie.
Yeah.
In the movie line, right?
Yeah.
Just as bad as Bumblebee always is.
hmm
That's how bad Cheetor is, man. like he is the man, and he get no tick and no shine. So
Really?
like the things you see of him is like maybe like 20 seconds here, and like you may see like 15 seconds here, and then you see him do something like real crazy and like yo, he's the man. And
The
I
fight-
wish
the-
they did more for him.
The fight
crazy, 'cause,
choreography
like-
in this movie was great. Everyone had their own different way of fighting, and they showed it. Even though it was a little snippets of each, like Larry just said, you still were like, "Oh, I want to see more."
Yeah.
Like,
That's crazy, 'cause,
it
like,
was great.
In the original animated series, Cheetor goes through this whole evolution where he's like this little kid, then he turns to Transmetal, which he like grows up and becomes like a teenager, and then he gets like one more evolution where he's like full on adult. But that's
Oh.
just my '90s kid and me talking.
Yes, it is. My God. But I mean, as great, I mean, he's a great character. I mean, he really, really is. Because if I remember correctly, remember he was supposed to be the Bumblebee to Beast Wars. Like
Exactly. That's exactly what he was.
Right. So it's cool that they made both Bumblebees that's in the movie thorough in their own way.
Yeah. Word.
Yeah. So, but the star or the shine to the whole movie was the relationship between these two individual characters. Go ahead, Kev, talk about it.
Mirage. Mirage was the to me he was the best part of this movie at time to time. Just the Pete Davidson is the voice of Mirage. I did not know that until after I saw the credits. He actually did pretty good. Like his one-liners, a little too much at times, but some of them were pretty funny. And I'm blanking on the human's name. The guy's name.
He's the gentleman that was that played in the Heights. He was in Hamilton. Google.
I'm blanking on the dude's name in the movie, not in the real life. What? Oh, Noah.
Yes.
No.
But what's his real name?
Damn it.
Anthony Ramos.
Anthony, yes. Yes, those two guys, or robot and man, I should say. It was mostly them two, and they're him. Yeah.
Thank you, Google.
Thank you, Google, as always. It feels like every episode we go on Google for something.
Because we're old.
But
at least I am.
Okay, so this movie was about Noah, and what got me with Noah's character is you have the Transformers and their cause, but you had Noah's human side with his family, and to me, I'm not gonna say it, but basically like just with his relationship with his brother, his younger brother, and his mom, and how they're trying to live life. Noah was a military man. He was military, right? Or was he? He was military.
Yeah, I think it was Marines.
Yeah. So just them, you kind of feel. What's the word? Just I'm blanking on the word. It's just
camaraderie.
This
is
a really deep movie for Kev.
Yeah.
Keep diving.
While you're thinking of that, let's talk about did Unicron live up to being Unicron?
As much as you can give characters that's this big compared to Unicron that's this big life.
Okay.
If that makes any kind of sense. It's not like you're going to see Optimus go up there and punch him in the face.
That's true.
Could you imagine?
Like tink.
Just it's like a little rock just hitting someone in the chest, just like.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, they as much as they kind of could, but I mean, they can easily bring him back. How it ended, like it's not over. What is over, or what may feel like is over, is the whole. I don't know if the movies that we know of is going to continue to exist.
Okay.
Now, so we know of the other Transformer movies that came out.
Mm-hmm.
But these are prequels. Because it happened right after, like this one here happened right after the Bumblebee movie, which happened in the 80s. So
this takes place in 94.
94.
Okay.
Yeah. So with that being said, if it doesn't feel like the same, it feels the same, but it don't feel like the other movies like it's leading to
soft reboot.
It feels like it is in its own little way. In its own little way. So if they are going that route, I'm with it.
Yeah, the timeline of it, we were saying after the movie, is a little confusing. It's like is this a reboot? Is it not? Is it like what?
Mhm.
Where are they going with this?
Exactly. Especially at the very, very end of what they reveal at the end of the movie in the mid-credit scene.
All right, we'll tiptoe around that because if it's what I think it is or what I hear it is, it's kind of mind blowing.
What is that? Like a dog about to get some water.
Answer me this question: they don't team up with Fast and Furious, do they?
Oh God,
No, it wasn't about family.
As much as
Gotcha.
I wish, as they were fighting Unicron, a big jet
Dom would
comes
come in.
down, and Dom will come in with his car, and you hear him go, "Family," and just kills Unicron. As much as like we want to see that, it doesn't happen.
You know, it's funny though. They had an interview with Michelle Rodriguez, and she was talking about why can't we just get a Transformers Fast
Oh
and
my
Furious
God.
combo? And she was just really adamant about it. She's like, let's just put the differences of studios behind and make a good movie. And I'm just like, you guys are making too many movies.
Yeah.
Fast 10
But
getting
yet-
part 2.
But yet she's saying how many Marvel movies we're gonna get.
Right. She was talking all that smack, and we're like, wait, but you guys have been doing this since the late 90s.
Wait, what was it? She was in Resident Evil 1 and like 7.
Yeah.
Like she just I don't know, man.
Talking on both sides of her face.
Mm-hmm.
Makes no daggone sense.
All right,
All right,
I'm pretty excited about
But-
Rise of the Beast.
But this movie, the thing with Noah is just his story and what it means to him about his family and what he has to do in order to help his family. And as I thought about it, it's just like the more I thought of the other movies, the Michael Bay movies, I get that humans help the Transformers, but it's like at this point, I'm kind of over the humans and the Transformers together. It's like I just want to see Transformers. That's all I want. I just want to see all of them. Just not any humans getting in the way. Let's leave it at that.
Now, end up being that is, I think out of all the humans now, Mr. Witwicky was, I enjoyed this character.
Yeah.
But I would say that these humans are not really the young lady, but I enjoyed him being in the movie, but it's like they had to shoehorn him to do something, and it's like that wasn't all that necessary. But at the end of the day, like if we want a perfect movie, they wouldn't be in it. You know what I mean? Like let's concentrate on them. But
let's go back to like the perfect Transformers movie. You still have Spike in it. Like they still need a little bit of humans.
Right. Little bit.
Yeah.
Little bit. Spike didn't have a whole entire like this is your mission, Spike. I want you to go in and climb up this thing and fight 5 Transformers there, and the Decepticons won't even notice you. Like that's not what Spike ever did. So older Spike did, but younger Spike never. So less human, more Transformers because they can, and actually have an environment that's not just all gray.
Yeah.
Because it felt as though it's like, all right, we got a lot of graphic that we're working on. Let's get rid of the greenery that they're in, because they were in Peru, right?
Yes.
When they first landed in Peru and they showed the landscape, it's the most prettiest green landscape you could think of. How in Peru, the prettiest landscape that you could think of, they wind up on the battlegrounds that's all gray and dirt. Like how
just
that happen?
Nothing, just nothing there.
Just gray.
Prepared for battle.
Yeah, prepare for battle. Kill all the grass.
Yeah, we need this chopped in like 2 hours. I got guys coming here to duke it out.
Right. Yeah, that's the best lawn work you can have. Like, just get rid of it. It's gone. So yeah, so stuff like that is what is what people are like really beefing about. But to answer your question, Mike, originally, it was a good movie. Gone by Jeremy Johns. It was a good movie, no alcohol required.
I dig it.
Awesome.
The soundtrack, amazing.
Yes. Yes.
I don't. They had the commercials with DMX, so yeah, I'm down. They got the Rough Riders in it. I'm sold.
George, 1994, Hip Hop New York.
That was the playlist for this movie?
Pretty much.
Ooh.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So yeah, so playlist was on point.
So
Playlist was definitely on point.
that thing was dirty, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's it's nice.
It gives you that stanky stank face.
Especially when when Bumblebee came out. This is just to you, Kev. When Bumblebee came out, family. So yeah, they did it. Yeah, they did it.
Nice.
All right, so that's another one for y'all to go ahead and check out. We're not wasn't going to go into spoilers because that movie is still fresh. Go ahead. Yeah, so once again, shout out to Jose from Baby Gorillas for what he has done for the G&T crew.
And another thing,
you won't let this leave.
The audience for Transformers was the best. Their whole reaction to this movie was amazing. It's like seeing it through, like, you know how you get those like audience reactions for movies, like the popular movies you see on YouTube. That's what that felt like. I felt like I was actually there, and the whole atmosphere that night was amazing. I'll never forget that.
Kev, just a heads up, you were actually there.
I know.
He's like
crazy, right?
He's like, it made you feel like we're actually there. We're like, but you were there.
Yeah,
unlike you, George.
Ooh,
ouch.
Damn.
On that note.
yeah. But you know what? I think that kind of added to Hi, George. I think that kind of added to the whole vibe that we got of the movie. We enjoyed it so much more, probably because the people that we was watching it with was enjoying it too. So yeah. I'm sure that didn't hurt at all. It was an enjoyable moment to watch it with the people we was watching it with. Some other influencers and stuff that I remember seeing on YouTube and stuff as well. So it was actually pretty funny. We ran into other people as well. So that was pretty cool. All right. World. Yeah, extremely. Family, George, we got to talk to you about. We got stuff to talk to you about, bro. Okay, anyway. All right. So now it's time for the Mike and George show. I'm going to do this. Bam. You put y'all two on top.
Oh, I'm dizzy.
Because we had something that's very, very important. That we dove deep into it last time. And we were talking about why don't they have it, but now they do. Mm-hmm. Guys, it's time for us to talk some Final Fantasy VII. Trailer came out for the next addition to what we have already. Now,
and this is the part of the show where I go.
You come back, Ev. This is the part of the show where the Final Fantasy VII Geeks comes out strong. So, y'all guys, now, unfortunately, I was away. I was at church and stuff all day. So I didn't get a chance to watch anything. But these two guys, all of them been talking about it ever since. So I'll leave the door open for y'all guys. George, Mike, take it away.
So I'm just going to bounce around all over the place. First, they mentioned Hojo. They get into him. You see, like
Red 13.
In Red 13, you go to like that dude where he's got like the planets. It was spinning and it didn't like click in my head at first. And then like they showed him and I was like, oh my God, that's the observatory. Like, oh man.
So we're finally getting the second installment of this thing. We're passing out of Midgard. We're going into the planet now. And it's like we're finally getting what we've been wanting. You know what I mean? And I think this is the best part. A lot of people were just kind of like completely thinking this was a funny joke, but it's 2 discs.
Mm-hmm.
2 discs. This is bringing it back to old school Final Fantasy days where you had 4 discs in a game and you had to stop midway to swap the disc over. We're going to get that. And I think that's the fun part about this whole process and this whole like reveal that just happened.
Yeah. And I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna bounce around all over the place. They started like using like music cues, like the spooky music was in it when they were talking about like certain things. They start going into like Clouds Past.
Yes. So
Oh
this
man, Clouds Past. Talk about such a like. I think that was like the first time in games where like my expectations ever got like so subverted that I was like, what?
yeah, his backstory, and then the scene of just seeing Tifa like trying to go ahead as a little girl and fight Sephiroth, and like
With the cowboy hat on.
yes, oh my god, like seeing that in next gen graphics is everything that I've wanted since playing the original game. Because
Mhm.
I remember seeing these guys and their arms are like squares and they're like just they look like polygon shaped things.
Pushing Cloud around with his like bright purple suit in a wheelchair.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
like it's just it's everything that we've been wanting, and I'm happy that they're finally pushing this out. I know we got the Yuffie DLC, but this now puts Yuffie also into the mix of the Final Fantasy team, so we're gonna have a more players this time around. I know I think we had 4 characters last time in the first part. We had Barrett, Yuffie, or Barrett, Tifa, Cloud, and Eris.
Nope.
What the hell is going on?
Don't mind me. I'm just letting you guys do your thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we got mood music behind this thing. It's perfect. All right, cool.
Horrible mood music.
Yo,
Hey,
Kev,
I never said I never
But,
said
like-
it was good at music.
So does that mean like Zach's gonna show up in this? If like they're doing that whole like crazy, I don't remember the name of the town.
Niflheim?
That sounds about right. Where they're like sitting on top of the water tower, and like
Yeah.
They got
I
you.
don't want to go like too much into Cloud's background because I don't know spoilers for a 30-year-old game.
Well, here's the thing though too. So like, where do you think this portion of the game is going to end at?
There,
At Niflheim?
maybe.
I feel like that's a huge climax part because they finished the first part on a big climax part.
Oh, you know what? You know what comes after all that? It's when they go to is it Crater? And they end up going, or the city of the ancients, and we all know what that leads to.
Yeah. I mean, with 2 discs though, I mean, hey, now with this world being open, do we get the mini games from the Golden
Through that
Saucer?
mini games, do you get like the big 6-wheel ATV red thing? You remember driving around in that?
Yeah. and then you get the Chocobo. So they did.
Yeah,
show-
Choco was running around.
They showed them there's a Chocobo farm and stuff like that in there, which was kind of dope. But yeah, man, we're finally getting what we've been wanting, and I can't wait. But the only thing is, we gotta wait till next year, 2024.
Yeah.
So they gave us the reveal with a year to get ourselves prepared and hyped. But I'm happy that we're gonna get more characters. I'm really looking forward to seeing if we get more trailers with maybe more characters. Like, do we see Vincent pop up at some point? Because Vincent probably was one of my favorite characters.
Still waiting on what? Vincent and Kate Sith.
And Sid.
See, I don't remember.
Sid came in toward the end though, because he gave you the high wing to fly around.
No, oh no, Kate Sith, the cat, the big cat on the Mog.
Yeah.
Because he's the one I think that, spoiler, but he doesn't he betray the team and like sell out where Ares is?
Yeah, but then he still winds up being with you in the party.
Yeah.
Loser. How you sit there and tell somebody and then you go ahead and pull that? No.
Yeah.
Terrible. But yeah, what else we got going on for that? That was such a big reveal because I wasn't expecting it. It kind of just popped up on my YouTube feed one day and I saw it and I'm like, oh my
Yeah, I didn't even see it until you sent it, so I was pretty excited.
I think my phone just heard us blabbing about it during our last episode, and it was like, I'm gonna give you something good real quick. Hold on, watch this.
We willed it into existence.
Yeah, that's kind of scary though, because my iPhone probably was listening to us.
How about it? But it makes you wonder, why didn't they show that in the showcase? That would have been amazing.
And that was what I was saying. Why didn't we get that during the showcase?
Like,
Is it going multi-platform?
It is multi-platform though, because the first part was, I think, right?
No.
It was Sony only.
Yes.
Rhymes.
Yeah, I do not understand. Oh God, Kevin. I do not understand why they didn't do it in the showcase because that would have been perfect. Can you
I feel
imagine
like,
showing that and Spider-Man?
well, I think that's probably why you don't want to outshine another. Plus, they were already showing Final Fantasy 16 at the time, and that's a newer game. So essentially, you would want to push the newer game out just to have the sales because guaranteed, this part two of this Final Fantasy Rebirth is going to get sold out regardless. You're going to have people buying it left and right. When the pre-order is down and ready and I can start doing that, I'm jumping on that because part two is going to be, yeah, if you can't find me, that's where I'm going to be at. So
I don't even have a system, and like I'm super excited for it. I just want to. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch YouTube videos or something, but I ain't gonna have time to play it or the ability to. But I'm just excited that it's getting the next step.
yeah, I just hope that the next phase after this one doesn't take as long, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, um, you know, I can see why this one took long. I mean, we had COVID, a lot of situations going around the world, the chip shortages, it was just a lot of stuff going on. So it's like, okay, if that's out the way, is there a possibility that maybe in 2025 or maybe in 2026 we get another version or the last final part? You know what I mean?
You would think it's a continual thing. You know what I mean? So they have the game done now, well, at least that one, those two discs. Now high tune it while we continue the story. So
Yeah.
hopefully that's the case. We'll see.
Well, if you remember, I think like disc 3 was just like the game and the final boss,
It was. It was. Yeah.
Yeah.
which
You know, it
was again like Crater and like the City of the Ancients, wasn't it?
yeah. Plus, you had free range of the rest of the world, though. Like you were doing
Mhm.
whatever you wanted at that point. That's where I wound up holding out and doing all my fun side quests.
What book does Kev have? I can't tell.
The strings. Are you trying to learn how to play that?
Ah, nice.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Comic book from our other boys.
Yeah,
Kevin,
I'm
do
just
a
letting you
review.
guys do your thing.
Kevin, do page 3.
Do a page.
Nah, that's all you, Mike. I can't do that.
Yeah, you're the man with that, Mike. You're the man with that.
So one more thing with Final Fantasy, and I was talking to a buddy of mine about this. What is the possibility that they add the Advent Children's story into this game?
Would you want to play it though? Like, because what? There's a big bike chase where they're flying on motorcycles,
Absolutely.
and then
Hell
that leads up to the big battle at the city, at the ruins, I think.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
How about this? Just give me the sword at the end. That's all I
Just give
want.
Cloud's
Is this-
bike where it opens up and there's 20 swords.
Exactly. And it all forms to one.
Isn't that Omniblade? Like that was one of his limit breakers, right?
I forget, yeah.
I think he had like something where they all. No, that wasn't. That
It
wasn't.
wasn't, no.
that was
Nah, that
he
was
got a sword at that point.
Omni Flash. But yeah, in the Advent Children, like his bike opens up and there's like 20 swords and he goes dicing and slicing.
Right. Oh,
Yeah. And you remember the last like, the last ability that he had in Avid Children was he went up there, spun the sword, and then it separated into like 20 pieces, and then he kept flying through him with another piece slash grab another piece slash, and then the whole sword is put together, and he just sliced the crap out of him.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, can you
I want that
imagine
sword.
how good that looked in Advent Children and how fun that final fight scene would be able to play? Like, have you guys played Kingdom Hearts 2?
No.
Yes.
So this fight in Kingdom Hearts 2 was a side mission where you had to fight Sephiroth. This fight scene mimicked what happened in Advent Children to the T. Like the fight scene was completely hard. Like so, Final Fantasy or not Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, you have a life bar and it would have different colors, right? I believe Sephiroth was the only character in the game to go into a white level bar, which is the highest level bar you can go to when it came to like fighting somebody. So think of this. It took me an hour and 20 minutes to probably fight this man. I had to pause it because the amount of hand sweat that I had was just making me lose. Okay? That's how bad it got. So, but yeah, if they throw that in there, holy smokes. Mm-hmm.
Even if they don't, I'm sure like with the graphic capability of this game, it'll seamlessly lead into it where you can just turn it off and watch it.
I mean, You don't got to tell me twice.
Or maybe they could just go ahead and re-release it again.
I mean, give me.
I don't know. Throw in like Dirge of Cerberus. They just re-released. Is it Crisis Core?
Ooh,
Crisis,
yeah.
the one that has Zach.
Zach,
Cloud,
Yeah,
yeah.
Zach, right.
Yeah.
Zach, Angel, and someone else.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't realize that it even came out. So
Yeah, they re-released it.
it's crazy because me and
On what?
Larry talking PS5.
PlayStation. It used to be a PSP game, and now
Right,
it's a
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks
I
really
still
good,
have
though.
it actually.
Yeah, me
Weird.
too. I never beat it because it's got like this crazy like slot machine combo system that's weird.
Yeah, that reminded me of that one Kingdom Hearts game with the cards. That threw me off.
Yeah. But I think I did actually beat it, and where Zach died.
Spoiler alert.
Oh,
I mean,
sorry.
nobody else here is playing it.
Kev.
Yeah, how about it? Yeah, that's his iPhone. Apple's.
All right. That's
Okay.
enough Final Fantasy love.
Since we're talking Apple, since somebody wants to pull theirs out.
Segue. Now y'all take over this because I ain't got no questions about this.
It's all this man up here that's above me, Mr. Larry. This was his idea.
It wasn't just my idea because this needed to happen.
This needed to happen.
This needed to happen. So, you too, Mike. Goodness gracious. All right, guys, this is the new segment that we was actually talking about. Let me just show it then.
Whoa!
Tech Talk.
Whoa!
This is the necessary evil. Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Hey, Mike. Hello.
So, yes, welcome to Tech Talk with the G&T crew. George is our tech guru. He's the guy that's like our RoboCop whenever we go out. The multiple cords coming out of his backpack.
Okay.
RoboCop was outdated the day he went online.
That's how we felt when we was out there at that con. We had these cords, everybody's cordless, but we made it work.
He's the 90s robot that just got restarted.
Exactly. All right, so George, I'm putting this right on you, sir.
Okay, so guys, as most of you guys know, we had the Apple showcase recently, and they announced the Apple Vision. So Apple Vision, guys, this has been in talks for a long time now, and it's Apple's version of Metaverse's Oculus. Okay, but they're taking it a step further. So the Apple Vision is going to be a lot. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how I want to drop this on you guys real quick, but pretty much what it is, like I said, it's like the Oculus, but it's see-through. So that's the big thing, see-through vision, meaning you can utilize the screen in real time and still see somebody in the area with you. Okay, that's a really good thing because it still keeps you immersed in your real world. It's not like you're getting completely thrown out into VR and you're just in there. Okay. Secondly, this thing is going to be a 4K display that can connect to any device that you have. Okay, meaning if I want to connect to my phone and it has apps on it and so on and so forth, I can visually see this through the goggles. Okay, I can then watch movies. I can play games on there. I can, whatever you guys can think of visually, you guys can do in this thing. Some of the big kind of reveals for this thing was that it can read where your eye is to pretty much pinpoint where you're looking at and where you want to click. So in theory, if I'm looking at a specific thing on the screen, let's say I'm hitting Instagram, I'm looking at it, it will then go to click on Instagram. So this is some revolutionary stuff because this is the first time eye tracking is added to something of this magnitude. Shoot, what else do we got? I just got a bunch of stuff I was looking at. So it's gonna be immersive, meaning you're gonna have spatial audio, which is a new thing that Apple's throwing out there lately. And spatial audio is, Dolby Atmos surround sound inside the headset. So pretty much most people have that with their Apple AirPod Pros or AirPod Maxes or whatever. So you're gonna have this on the headset itself. All right. What else do we got? Larry, what am I missing
Does
anything?
it like plug into your ears like headphones would?
No.
No.
It's actually inside the unit itself, which is crazy.
So
Okay.
imagine the band of your of a VR, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little port that's right above where your ear would be, where the sound will come out towards your ear.
Mhm.
That's
So
crazy.
you'll still be able to hear your surroundings, but yet the sound and everything that surrounds you will actually be channeling down towards your ear canal.
Yeah, it's really really crazy.
Crazy. But because it's all part of the Apple family, if you are somewhere like they show, like if you're on an airplane, for example, you can connect your your iPods or your AirPods, whatever what the heck they called,
Mhm.
your headphones by Apple. You can literally connect that to the Apple Vision and literally have immersed into your ear instead of it coming out.
Oh,
Everybody
gotcha.
can hear you.
Mhm.
So yeah, this thing is, bro, nuts,
Yeah.
nuts.
I
They
mean,
even. I'm sorry, George. Go ahead.
yeah. So I was just going to talk about some of the pros of using this thing. So for instance, me, audio engineer, I do a lot of stuff in audio. I will not need a screen. Okay, I can literally take my computer, connect it to this AR goggle, and essentially I can mix music without having a screen, which will open up my space for more speakers. It's kind of dope. If you do videography, you can literally edit the video in real time with these goggles and not have to worry about a screen. The 4K resolution is going to do everything that you need. You're going to see the highest definition possible. Think of it like this: when you put the goggles on, your apps are going to be in front of you. This is the whole immersion aspect that they're pushing. So if you have an app here with one screen, if you make a turn, you now have another screen here. You have another screen here. So in theory, they took a page out of Tony Stark's book, and now you
You
can
beat me to it.
woo, and just start doing this and doing this and doing this. It's gonna be so crazy. Um, Another thing that's really dope. Sorry, Larry, I saw you were gonna say something.
No, what I was going to say was literally there's cameras that's looking into your eyes. There's also two cameras that's looking straight down at your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're looking around and you're looking at your eyes is looking at all the apps, you literally with your hand, you literally can drag the screen going up and down with your hand.
Yes.
So you could be just down low and just literally scroll up and it's
Mhm.
reading your hands.
Now, the only thing that was throwing me off about this thing was, for instance, Zoom calls, right? They will give you a 3D representation of your face for the Zoom call. So think of you
Scary.
as like a possible hologram in the future
Yeah.
where they can get your whole body in this kind of, it just blew my mind when I heard that part. I'm like, how are they getting my face? And it's actually all just CGI animated,
Augmented.
augmented. Yeah, it's nuts.
Think about what's going to be in like the usage rights of that. Like that thing, you're just going to click like, yes, I agree, I agree. They're just going to get like the whole rights to your holographic face.
I mean, at this point, they're gonna be able to clone you. They're gonna have everything, everything.
It's like the Oasis from Ready Player One.
Yeah, dude, this is exactly where it's going. And the crazy part is, what else can they add to this? You know what I mean? There's so many more opportunities to make this thing even greater. You know what I mean? Video gaming, guys, video
Family.
gaming on this thing, it's taking us back to Virtual Boy and bringing it to the future
Without headaches.
without the headaches. Exactly. Kev, you know what that is? No, you don't. Okay, never mind. I just had to throw that in there because you threw shade at me earlier. So what, boy? Anyway,
How about that?
how about that? Another cool feature that I thought was really cool is that you guys can share screens with somebody else who has the goggles. So if we all, for instance, 4 of us have the goggles, we can all see the same thing at the same time. So share play for movies, share plays for TV shows, share plays for whatever you got working on. It's all
Wait,
there.
whoa. Back this up. Will this be available and we will all have it for the premiere of Ahsoka?
No.
No.
So we can watch
Regardless
it
if they were
together.
coming out soon, I'm pretty sure we won't be able to pay for these. Larry, you want to throw that out there real quick? You want to throw that price point real quick?
$3,499 is the cost of the Apple Visions.
Okay.
That's all, folks.
Now,
So
here's
if you
my
send- you go sell a kidney for this.
yeah.
Active.
But you know what? How I was looking at it, and this is where it becomes pretty cool to me. Let's say like a really good 100-inch TV costs about $4,000,
Mm-hmm.
right? These goggles does everything that it does, and gives you the ability of having a 100-inch TV if you wanted it.
Essentially,
Because you can literally have the screen expand itself out to 100 inches. So literally you can sit there and watch the whole entire thing as if you was watching a 100-inch TV
in 4K,
right in front of you.
right in front of you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna look at it this way. I'm probably gonna get it when it's a couple generations late.
Oh, I'm right there with you, dude.
I see nothing wrong with that at all.
Well, here's the thing. So,
I
like,
get it.
here's some of the cons of this thing, though. Like, my biggest con was it's only a 2-hour battery life.
Oh,
I'm hoping that was a typo, bro.
I went straight to Apple's website. It's a 2-hour battery life.
How?
The only time that it would last long term is if you have it consistently plugged in.
all right. Get yourself a USB backup battery.
You better just be a backup battery, okay? If
You're
these
drinking a
trips,
lot of
you sure-
Surge,
Yeah.
a lot of Monster Energy.
The Energizer Bunny will be in your backpack.
Exactly.
Either that or figure out a way to get hamsters to just keep things moving. But yeah, it's gonna be 2-hour battery life, long-term battery life if you have it plugged in. And that price.
How about you could pass like the spec thing, like the whatever.
Well,
That's a crazy short life.
Well, I think the thing is right now it's like it's new technology, so like
Yeah.
they're figuring out because you got to think there's two chips. You have the M2 chip and the R1 chip.
Right.
The M2 chip is going to be the computer aspect of it, and the R2 is the camera augmentation part. So
Yeah.
it is a lot of processing going on. So it's hard to get a power supply that can hold that much life, mind you, hold that life right next to your head.
I was gonna say, I hope it don't burn you. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
you better get yourself a nice cooling fan.
We're gonna have that Samsung problem where all the phones were catching on fire at some point, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I think it's a great idea. I'm completely open to the idea of this augmented reality thing. Because bro, let Pokemon Go be on this thing, bro.
Of course, he takes it to Pokemon.
Of course he does.
Why?
Now-
That's usually Kev. I just thought it'd be really dope. Okay, jeez.
And I'm so proud.
Thank you, Kevin. See, somebody's proud of me. But
Your
Pokemon Go
apprentice
and
has become
AR
the master.
with these goggles, Pokemon battles in real life, bro. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Just like the geeks that we are. Okay, this is where I took it. And Kev, you can appreciate this. Imagine you don't have to go to a sporting event again. You can literally pay for a ticket and it'll literally sit you right there at a certain seat at the stadium, and you can see everything in 4K as if you're at the game.
Yeah.
Your Apple Red Zone ticket right there.
Correct.
Whoa, I didn't even think of that. It's like
Correct.
playing Madden.
Exactly. Except you're actually watching the game. You're actually watching the live game. You're watching the cheerleaders on the sidelines. You're watching the plays happen as we go. Of course, you would look that way. You're watching everything because you're there at the game.
I mean, I thought about the same thing because especially with the spatial audio aspect, you can now hear in 3 dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
Height, depth, width. You know what I mean? It's all there now. So imagine going to concerts now. You are seeing the concert and you're hearing it in immersive audio.
Wow.
I mean,
yeah.
I didn't have to miss Taylor Swift.
I mean, I heard you didn't miss much. Speak real quick, side jar real quick, but there was funny. There's something called Taylor Swift amnesia. So everybody that went to the Taylor Swift concert the next day can't remember anything that happened at the Taylor Swift concert. I swear to God, there's people that are sitting there like, yeah, I went to that. I was there. I'm like, wait, you paid like $3,000 for a ticket. You don't remember that?
Yeah, you better believe if I paid that much, I would have recorded the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought that was funny sidebar. But yeah, anyway.
All right, back to Apple Vision.
Yeah.
Well, with $3,000 to see Taylor Swift, I could buy myself an Apple Vision.
Yeah. So I mean, what's the release date? We're talking about early Q1 of 2024, right?
I think that's what they said. Yes.
Yeah.
I
So
believe
it's gonna be after the holiday season, which is cool because guess what? They're smart. What happens after the holidays, guys?
Gift
Cyber
card.
Monday, Black Friday. then
After the
all-
holidays, Kev.
Gift cards.
They always do Cyber Mondays after Christmas too.
We're talking about tax season, bro.
Oh,
Oh, that too.
So you drop it in Q1 of tax season, everybody's gonna have all their money come back from income tax and splurge on one of those things.
And have nothing else tech wise to buy. Because I believe that may be around the time where probably the iPhone 15 comes out.
I mean, at that point, yeah, you're not gonna
I
have.
think it comes out
That's
around
gonna be the next big release.
February. Right.
Mhm.
So they can literally have all that kind of like that's like the whole entire like catalog all dropping around the same time.
I mean, that's still a hefty price. You're talking about $5,000 roughly of Apple 15, iPhone, and this, this
Family, don't come out with a new MacBook. And especially how the ones that may not have seen it, how this thing is so connected to its Apple stuff that literally you can look down at your MacBook and it will retrieve the information from your MacBook and then goes right to your goggles and you can continue on your goggles.
It's so crazy.
look. We saw what Ultron did. You can't do this. This is bad news.
Larry's gonna be like Thanos collecting the stones. Once he gets his vision, he'll be like, perfectly balanced ball things should be.
Exactly. And
That's
now we'll
insane.
bust on me
Who
so
knew?
much.
You guys blew my mind last time when you showed me like you were connecting your PlayStation to your phone or to your Chrome. What the hell was that?
Yeah,
Like that blew my mind. I can't imagine connecting it to your headset and just watching and playing it wherever.
Well, so here's the thing too, like Larry was saying, this can technically put TV industry out of business.
Yeah.
The monitoring system in for computers or just a regular standard TV, you won't need it if you have these things.
Yeah, cable's already going.
You mean my
going
VHS
down.
tapes are gonna not be good?
Yeah, you're gonna have to find oh my god.
Kev, you know what that is?
It's a VHS.
He actually said it correctly.
It's a box with pictures in it.
You know what the funny thing is? I don't know where they are, but I actually have the 3 VHS for Star Wars or the original trilogy. I don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
Those are the last like pre-special edition ones that I know of.
Wow.
Anyhow, we're getting sidetracked.
My entire my old room has like 4 or 5 totes of just VHS tapes of like everything.
Never mind. He's not that the normal young guy. He actually knows what a VHS tape is.
He probably picked them up because they were in the house anyway because his parents had them.
Yeah, true.
Well, anyway, back to the headset. Speaking of
use
battery
VHS
life,
very
my phone's gonna die
religiously.
soon.
But the cable TV cable's already starting to lose people anyways because now everything streams.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, listen, we're in a very interesting age where Ready Player One is really a real life thing. Like this could really be it, And I love that.
For better or worse.
You're actually living that life. I'm pretty sure you're not gonna like it. So, you know what I'm thinking, man? The Fortnite events on the AR on the glasses.
Stop.
Let me get that Travis Scott concert in Fortnite real quick.
Oh my god.
No, you don't think so? Okay, I'm gonna shut up now.
All right. Look, in other words, we're excited for this Apple Vision, at least the capabilities of what this thing is going to be able to do. I was just imagining that guy that's in that studio apartment in New York and doesn't have an option of having a larger television
or a large house.
Right. Yes. Or yeah. I mean, don't imagine they're in like one room, like
those studio apartments are like closets.
Yo,
the Hong Kong apartments. You ever see those where it's like a bed and that's it?
Yeah.
Yes.
The bed
Yeah.
folds into the wall, so you got a little bit extra space.
It's like literally your head is laying right next to the kitchen sink.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything's right there. Can you imagine like how big your world would be if you have those and that type of place?
You know what's funny, and it was something I was like thinking about after I saw the reveal for that. You guys watch Futurama?
Mm-hmm.
Remember the iPhone, and they actually put the iPhone in their eyeball, and it was like transmitting.
Yes.
This is something super similar.
It's
Yeah.
only going to get smaller from this point if you think
Yeah.
about it.
It might go in my eyeball. Who knows? I don't know. That might be weird.
Cochlear implant.
I mean, hey, they'll make it cyborgs.
They're already trying, I'm sure. Yeah. All right. Well, nonetheless, there you go. That's our talk. New segment. Tech Talk with the
Tech
GSP
Talk.
crew.
Tech talk.
Hey Samsung, if you're listening, your biggest fan is betraying you before your very eyes.
I'm staying loyal. I'm staying loyal. I'll get my Zoom.
How funny would it be if the screen being used on the Apple glasses is actually a screen from Samsung?
It wouldn't surprise me. That's what they do.
They put out the original LEDs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is what they do.
Hey
Sammy is using on top.
Larry, quick question. What
Yes.
laptop are you using right now?
What does it matter?
What laptop are you using right now?
It's
My
working.
MacBook Pro.
Okay. What was the last thing you bought at Best Buy that you showed me?
An Apple Watch.
Okay. And what was it, like a month or two ago? What type of headphones did you buy?
My man's becoming a creative, and the Apple stuff is easier for the creative mind.
Last question for you.
Thank you,
Last
Mike.
question for you. What phone do you use to text us?
My Sammy.
But what's the other one?
Oh no,
My
you can't
iPhone.
pull that. You can't pull that. He still got the Sammy.
I still got my. Yeah, I'm saying.
He got that slammy.
And I
Amazing
always
worlds.
hold on. What do I say that's the worst part to Apple?
The phone.
Exactly. Everything else
great.
about Apple, I like. I hate their phones. Their phones is boring. It's horrible. I don't like it. It's behind on everything. Yeah, you know what, Kev? You know what's funny? Because you don't ask me like, "Hey, Larry, where's your Samsung headphones?" Yo, you mean these? Or your other your Samsung phone? Oh, how about that one? Or how about the secondary Samsung phone? Oh, you talking about that one? You don't ask me those questions, Kev. You just want to bust me about Apple.
But Larry, what do I see you use at work?
Do you know why? It's faster for me to contact my wife with.
You still use it, so it don't matter.
AKA, I can't win. That's okay. Done deal. It's done deal.
KF, sore loser.
That's okay. Done deal. It's cool.
Yeah, you're a loser for not showing up at the premieres.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay, that was a punch right to you, George. I'm sorry.
I missed it. I'm watching my Samsung battery as it goes into 1.6.
So that's a good time to show us off, right, to end this episode, guys. We thank y'all guys so much. Please don't not forget. Well,
Wait. Let me drop this real quick. Next time we're going to be recording. Surprise, Jose. We're going to be recording at your store.
We're coming.
Dude, I want to talk some comic book City, and I want to talk to Flash. By then, we'll be able to see like the full Flash, and I can't wait to talk to that man about it because he seems to be like the same vintage with me. That like Michael Keaton blew his mind back in 1989. Like I can't wait.
So yes, so in 2 weeks, we'll be recording on Sunday. Hey, Kev, look up the date real quick for me. So 2 weeks of this date. So we'll be,
The
July 2nd.
June 25th.
Wow, I'm way off. Never
Yes, you are.
mind.
All right. So June 25th, we'll be at Baby Gorillas Comics, recording, talking depth of Flash, depth of Spidey, and whatever else is going on during that time. It's going to
More
be
pop
exciting.
figures are going to be bought in that store.
Yes, that is true. I'm sure he loves
Kevin,
the fact that we're there.
take your wallet, put it in the freezer, and just don't take it out. All right, put it in a block of ice so you can't get it.
Kev's gonna
Yeah,
walk in
right.
there. He's like, "This is a fine addition to my collection."
As I'm looking up at pop figures right now. Yeah.
I created a monster, but
I can't
nonetheless,
wait. I can't wait to spend time there. I'll go hunting again.
yes,
We found Michael in his natural habitat.
that was a great short, by the way.
It was.
Had fun.
Oh, goodness. So, nonetheless, thank you once again for watching Geeks at the Nerds Table, episode 29. Please do not forget to comment, like, and share, and subscribe to the channel, please. We want to get the algorithms all going so we can reach more folks, so we can go ahead and keep on talking more stuff that we love to talk about. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. God bless you all. Looking forward to talking to y'all guys soon. And hey, look at our Instagram, where we're going to be posting exactly what we're going to be doing within the next 2 weeks over at Baby Gorillas, because we would love to have y'all guys stop by and be part of the show as well. Because last time the audience was all part of the show, was all part of all the questionnaires, and all part of the competition that we had there for that show. So please show up, show out there as well. The information will be on our Instagram. Thank y'all guys so much. Have a good one.
Adios.
Later.